the amount of activities you do, the amount of practice you do. So sometimes it's not just reading, writing, hearing, motivating type of things that affect the mindset. Sometimes it's just the activities and skills that you have and variety of different things as far as being a real estate agent. That theme is going to kind of continue today. Okay. So it's not just going to be about, hey, how do you maintain a positive mindset? Go to YouTube and watch some videos. Okay. We're going to do a little bit more than that. So let's continue on from last week. So I wrote down here, whatever the next point was. I want to say it was 16, but next, or if you weren't here last week, 1, whatever works for you. I wrote down here, great salespeople are always looking for ways to take their business to the next level. Great salespeople are looking for ways to take their business to the next level, whatever that level may be. Great salespeople are always looking for ways to take their business to the next level, whatever that level may be, because some of you are starting at the bottom. And so your next level is level 1. Okay. It's like a video game. You've now reached level 1, level 2. Some of you are already at level 5. So you're trying to get to level 6. You're trying to beat Mike Tyson. For those of you that remember Mike Tyson's Punch Out. First, you gotta fight, all the other guys before you get to Tyson. Okay. So some of you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, and that's okay. All right, that's okay. Some of you are, but the point is that wherever you are, you're trying to get to that next level. Okay. So wherever that level may be. But I wrote down here, to take your business to the next level, you cannot play scared and expect to move ahead. You cannot play scared and expect to move ahead. When we are afraid, it affects our confidence. And when we lack confidence, it kills our mindset. So I'm going to read that again. To take your business to the next level, you cannot play scared and expect to move ahead. When we are afraid, it affects our confidence. And when our confidence is affected, our mindset is crushed. So, with this point, it's just saying we always have to look to move ahead, right? Always, how can I get better? What are little things I can do to get better? But you can't play scared and expect to move ahead. You have to take the jump. I gave a lot of credit today, and I hope she doesn't mind me giving her a shout out here. Lydia said, she was going to do open mic today. And sure enough, she did open mic at 11:30. And it's like, that's no easy feat. For those of you that have done open mic, it can be very nerve-wracking, especially the first time you do it, or sometimes even every time you do it, because you're on blast. So it's little things like that. You can't play scared. You gotta keep moving forward, because if you're afraid, your confidence is just totally shot. It's totally shot, and that affects your mindset. I wrote down here, next point. This is a tough mindset and action point for you to consider. So I started this right here. This is a tough mindset and action point for you to consider. If you believe that a successful day consists of certain activities done at certain times, and they are done every day that you work, plan your schedule for an entire year instead of planning for a week. So let me write this down. If you believe that a successful day consists of certain activities done at certain times, and they are done every day that you work, plan your schedule for the entire year instead of planning for a week. It gives you something to look forward to. So give you an example of this. We all believe that prospecting is a certain activity that should be done at a certain time every day. So rather than plan your schedule to say, well, this week I'm going to prospect from 9 to 12, whatever the time may be. I'm just using that as an example. Why don't you just say, hey, for this year, 9 to 12 is blocked off for prospecting on every workday. That way on Sunday, I don't have to figure out what my plan is for the next week. If I know that practice or role play is a certain activity done at a certain time every day, then just schedule it instead of saying, well, I have to role play every day. Just pick a time. Oh, 8 to 8:30. Great. Not 8 to 8:30 this week. It's 8 to 8:30 for the entire year, or 7:30 to 8, or whatever time you do. So whatever those activities you know you have to do every day, don't plan it for the week, plan it for the year. And then if life happens or life gets in the way, then you can make adjustments. But I wrote down here, the less you have to think, the stronger your mindset will be. The less you have to think, the stronger your mindset will be. Why? Because the more we think gives us the more chances for negative thoughts. Gives us more chances for stressful thoughts. Gives us more chance for chaotic thoughts. If I eliminate all that by just planning for the whole year, then I'm starting the week not worried about the stress. I'm starting the week on a more energetic, positive note because I already know what I'm doing on Monday. Or apparently in 2021, for some of you, it's Tuesday, because I don't know why the hell Monday seems to be a very slow day. So maybe it's Tuesday you're starting your week. I don't know. But if you know that there's certain activities done at certain times, just plan ahead. For those of you, when you're putting in your calendar, for example, you can put repeats. You can click on a button that says one time or repeat every Wednesday, repeat every Tuesday. Click on that so it's always on the calendar. Okay, gives you something to look forward to. And the less you think, the stronger your mindset will be. I wrote down here the next point on, you're going to be putting in hard work and time. Your mindset will be discouraged at times. You're going to be putting in hard work and time. Your mindset will be discouraged at times. I don't care who you are. Your mindset will be discouraged. Yes or no? Yes, absolutely. Part of life. So I wrote down here, reward yourself along the way because you deserve some rewards. Reward yourself along the way because you deserve some rewards. Understand that participating deserves a reward. See, sometimes where we lose this point is, well, yeah, I mean, I'm here, I'm prospecting every day, I'm practicing every day. I don't have any business though. So, I mean, I'm not going to reward myself for not having production. You can't do that. You're going to just totally ruin your mindset that way. Participation in itself is a reward because that's, you know, as they say, showing up is half the battle. And especially when you consider the industry you're in. Because most people in your industry don't show up. They don't participate. They don't do anything. Those people don't get to reward themselves. You don't get to sit on your couch eating ice cream all day and then reward yourself. That's kind of already a reward for whatever it is you feel like you've accomplished. But participation should be rewarded. What, again, and it doesn't have to be big. It could be a little something, a little special meal, a little special treat, a little something. But if you don't reward yourself, man, I tell you, it gets really frustrating because the rejection will get to you. Got to get little things along the way. So I wrote down here underneath that point, what are little rewards you can give yourself along the way? And what are some things that you can do to deserve a reward? You know, like we're doing this action plan here, right? We're doing this third quarter action plan. Some of the goals where you can earn points on are just, how many days do you plan on working for the week? How many contacts are you going to make? How many leads are you going to get? How many scripts are you going to write? How many role play sessions are you going to show up to? And if you just do these activities, you get 100 points for each one of them. None of them are, well, listings or things like that. Now that is another goal that you can get. But see, we follow this same method of reward just for participation. Some of you, when you joined the company, we did that with your commission. we started you at a split that might have been lower than you liked. And we said, hey, if all you do is write a script and send it in every day, we'll bump you up 5 points. We'll bump you up. You might have started at something, like, again, I don't want to get into the numbers, but we've done that with some of you before. And it's like, just do the work, just participate, and we'll give you a little bump. You got to do those things. All right, I wrote down here the next point here. One of the hardest points to accept mentally, is that when you take your business to a much higher level, there will be some imbalance in your life and sacrifices you have to make. Okay, this point will continue, but let me read that again. One of the hardest points to accept mentally is that when you take your business to a much higher level, there will be some imbalance in your life and sacrifices that you have to make. Therefore, make your time off more meaningful and reward yourself, like I stated in the last point. To keep your mindset sharp, you have to make your time off more meaningful. So what that means is that when you're taking time off, take some time off. Go do things that you enjoy. If you don't have the money to go on a lavish vacation, still go do something that you enjoy. Go for a weekend getaway. Go do something that you like doing. You have to make the time off more meaningful. You have to have fun. You have to laugh. You have to go enjoy. You have to have experiences. See, I never understood the idea of just taking time off just to take time off. Maybe it's just because I'm built weirdly. It's like, well, you should just take Monday off. Okay. Take a few days off. Okay. What are you going to do? I don't know. Sit around the house. I mean, I got a nice house, but sitting around the house for 3 days is not a meaningful time off. I mean, it's just not. It's nothing really. I don't know if any of you have ever tried watching TV at like 11 o'clock in the morning. There's no sports on. It's like I can't watch a game. So when you spend time off, make your time off more meaningful. You have got to reset your mindset every so often. And let me tell you something. If you don't do that, here's why. Here's the total point to this whole reward thing, the last couple of points. If you don't do that, you don't make the connection between the rejection and the goal. And if you don't make the connection between rejection and the goal, you're going to drive yourself crazy in this business because you're going to get rejected so many times. And if you don't enjoy the time off, then all you're knowing is rejection, 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 no time off, rejection, rejection. What the hell am I doing all this rejection for if I'm not getting to enjoy any of it? Key thing on the mindset.
That part, how can we connect the rejection to the goal? I don't know.
Yeah, you have to be able to enjoy your time off. You have to be able, because if you connect the rejection to the goal, you accomplish the goal and you reward yourself for accomplishing the goal. That's how you connect the rejection to the goal. You got a reward for accomplishing it. But if you accomplish it or you do something good and you don't enjoy the time off or you don't reward yourself, then all you know is rejection, 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 and there's no award, there's no benefit for it. It's just, I'm just getting rejected all day. That's the importance of rewarding yourself and making your time off more meaningful. But you'll notice here, that was one of the thing I put down this last point, is that this is one of the hardest points to accept mentally, is because of exactly that. Great question. Okay, next point I wrote down here. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you are always going to be right. One of the keys to a strong mindset is developing a stronger belief in yourself and what you can do. One of the keys to a strong mindset is developing a stronger belief in yourself and what you can do. This can be done through visualizations, and affirmations, along with strengthening your sales skills. One of the keys to a strong mindset is developing a stronger belief in yourself and what you can do. This can be done through visualizations and affirmations, along with strengthening your sales skills. You do the affirmations all the time. You visualize your success. You have vision boards, and you work on your skills. But you have to have a stronger belief in yourself. I'm going to say something here that's probably going to piss off some of you. Sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm just letting you know this is probably going to piss off some of you. Question got brought up to me recently about how do you develop, what's one of the ways to develop a stronger belief in yourself? My suggestion was to this particular agent, listen to the agents doing open mic. Well, why listen to how is that going to help me? The reason that will help you is you will realize that nothing they say is out of this world amazing. Nothing they do, nothing they say, not the way they act, nothing is going to make you go, holy cow, there's no way I can say what they just said. There's no way I can be that smooth. There's just nothing. And so what that does is that helps strong belief in yourself that, you know what, I can do that. There's nothing that they're doing that I can't do. Because when you go watch, that's the beauty of this, because let's say in sports, it's not always that case. Well, gosh, I want to do what these people do. Okay. And you go watch LeBron James play basketball. Well, you can't do what he does. He's 6'9", 270, and has like a 45-inch vertical leap. You don't have it. Okay? You don't have it. Now, that doesn't mean you can't obviously, play professional sports and things like that. But when you look, sometimes you look at people like that and you're like, I can't do that. And it gets discouraging. But when you listen to some of these agents do open mic, I could do that. There's nothing crazy about what they're saying. That's one of the ways that you can develop a stronger belief in yourself, is sometimes listen to what in our industry, these really, really great people are doing. Just an interesting little point there. Okay. But you've got to, but I wrote down here under number 20, there's a line that I was always taught. This is also going to upset some of you. Oh boy, I'm just on a roll. There's a line I was taught when I was younger of, developing a stronger belief in yourself. Well, just fake it till you make it. I'm here to tell you that is the biggest load of BS there is. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. That's so much crap. I have a better idea. Just make it. Because when you fake it, you're faking it. And none of us are good enough actors to know, for anyone else to know that you're not faking it. And then you have no sense of reality. You have no sense of accomplishment. You have no sense of what you're actually doing. You might actually start to believe, hey, I've actually made it. With no skills, no money, no success, nothing behind you. But you've convinced yourself mentally that you're doing okay. That is a bunch of crap. So I'm telling you that if you're trying to develop a stronger belief in yourself, and the idea is, well, I'll just fake it till I make it, you will just never make it. You've got to just go make it. And you've got to develop a stronger belief in yourself for real, not for fake. I hate that line. I hate it. Stupid. All right. For those of you that I haven't irritated in the last 5 minutes, thanks for sticking around. All right. Next point. I wrote down here. Mike Ferry's definition of mindset mindset is it's what's going on in your head at a particular moment regarding a person, a situation, or a thing. It's what's going on in your head at a particular moment regarding a person, a situation, or a thing. Therefore, to strengthen your mindset, spend more time putting positive messages in your computer-like brain. To strengthen your mindset, spend more time putting positive messages in your computer-like brain. So positive messages could be, what are you reading? What are you watching? What are you listening to? You know, something really interesting happened to me a while ago. When I was growing up, well, not when I was growing up, like I was a lad, but like when I was really like getting into music, for example, it was the 90s kind of grunge rock. It was, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Rage Against the Machine, all these other different people, right? The biggest one at that time, for those of you that remember or have any idea what I'm talking about, was Nirvana. Nirvana was like the big one, okay? And you listen to them, and it came to so a few years back, I don't know, 10 years ago or so, when I was really, really focused on strengthening my mindset and watching what was going in my head and things like that, I was listening to some old CDs, one of which was Nirvana. And I got to tell you, and I'm not saying this in a bad way because I know people love them and things like that, but there's not a lot of positive messages in their music. Okay. I mean, it's great, as far as the music goes and the guitar and the drums and things like that. But boy, when I was listening to it, I just felt awful. I just felt worse. I didn't enjoy listening to it. And it's not all that music, bands that I used to listen to. Pearl Jam has positive messages. Rage Against the Machine is my favorite band. They're very angry, but they have they have some positive messages in their music. The Chili Peppers can be fun. Green Day can be fun, things like that. Boy, Nirvana was just never fun. So the point I make is that I really made a decision to not listen to that particular music. And I'm just using them as an example. It's nothing against them in particular. But you have to really watch the messages that you're putting in your head, whether it be the music that you're listening to, the movies that you're watching, the podcasts that you're listening to. One of the really popular thing in podcasts is these true crime podcasts, for example. And I'll tell you, I'll listen to some every so often. They can be really neat. But boy, man, they're dark. And so if you're listening to that, now the next one, and all you do is listen to true crime podcasts over and over and over again, you're just filling your head constantly with dark stuff. So you have to really be careful. We always talk about the people that you surround yourself with. It's not just the people you surround yourself with. It's, again, the music you listen to, the movies you watch, the TV shows you watch, things along those lines. You have to be kind of careful, stuff like that. Not saying totally get rid of it, because I'm a movie guru, so I'm going to watch the drama, watch those things like that. But you just have to be careful not to go down a path of constantly filling your head with too much negativity stuff. That's one of the key things, strengthening your mindset there. Okay, it's a good point. All right, number 20. I have it 22 on my page. I have no idea what page we're on in reality. Okay, because I'm saying all kinds of stuff. The next point I wrote down here: eliminate the option called failure. Eliminate the option called failure by tracking your wins and reading positive, inspirational messages every day. Eliminate the option called failure by tracking your wins and reading positive, inspirational messages all day. Consider developing a strong system for staying positive. Consider developing a strong system for staying positive. So Mike Ferry gave an example one day of a system for staying positive. Okay. So an example of that, he had 4 points on here. Here's an example. Okay. You figure out whatever works for best for you, but these are an example, right? Would be attending attending some retreat. Attending some retreat. Now, for Mike Ferry, it would be the Superstar Retreat, Production Retreat. But, you know, if that's not your thing, it's a Tony Robbins retreat, it's a Grant Cardone retreat, it's attending some sort of retreat for a few days where you're surrounded by positive, big thinking people. Okay, so that was one. He wrote down here, number 2, reading 30 to 45 minutes every day. Reading 30 to 45 minutes every day. The third thing he wrote down was listening to positive messages and watching positive YouTube videos. Listening to positive messages and watching positive YouTube videos. And then the fourth thing he wrote down was get involved in coaching and stay involved in coaching. So that was what he put down, but you have to develop your own system, and you could just follow that one or develop some sort of system for actually staying positive. It's not enough to just say, yeah, I got to be positive every day. What's the system? What are you doing? Stay positive every day. And I wrote down here the last, underneath that, the last sub point to that point was that you may have to do this stuff multiple times a day. For most of us, it's not enough to read a positive message at 8 a.m. and carry us through the rest of the day, because you're just going to run into so many bumps in the road that by 12 o'clock, you're going to need something else. It's just part of the gig. All right, next point I wrote down here, to strengthen your mindset, you must make a very tough decision. To strengthen your mindset, you must make a very tough decision, and that decision revolves around being told how to build your business and how to make it more profitable. It's called being coachable. To strengthen your mindset, you must make a very tough decision, and that decision revolves around being told how to build your business and how to make it more profitable. It's called being coachable. I don't know if you know this, but even coaches have to be coachable because we get coached. So we as coaches, we have coaches like Mike Ferry, for example, Neil Schwartz, that coach the coaches, Ron Cronin, Sidney Fullen, that coach the coaches. So even coaches have to be coachable. But to strengthen your mindset, you have to be coachable. Because if you're not coachable, here's why. Let me connect the dots. If you're not coachable, then what happens is that when you're being coached, you just totally disregard everything they say. And when you're disregarding something that somebody says that's trying to help you, you're thinking negative thoughts. Your mindset is not strong at that point. Okay, but I wrote down here, I made a comment the other day or a couple weeks ago, somebody, when we were talking about Jack Ma's superpower, when we interviewed him, and he said he was coachable. And my comment was, well, Jack really, believes that we're looking out for his best interest. And someone had asked me the question, well, don't they all think you're looking out for their best interest? And some people really don't. Some people think we're just following an agenda. Some people think we're picking on them, which is crazy, because we don't make any money if you don't. I don't know if you're aware of that. I don't know if you were aware how this works. Like, we would never suggest to do something or have an agenda to do something that's not going to make you money, because then we don't make any money. Interesting stuff. All right, I wrote down here a few more points and then we'll wrap up. Okay. One of the fastest ways to ruin your mindset is to operate your business based on emotion and drama. One of the fastest ways to ruin your mindset is to operate your business based on emotion and drama. They cost us both time and money. Mike Ferry says this all the time. You have to take the emotion out of the deal. Or I wrote down also, another quote is, you have to be the calming source of all the transactions. Can't run your business based on emotion, drama. Do you need the paycheck? Yeah, sometimes we need the paycheck, but you can't run on that kind of emotion. You can't run on that kind of drama. It just totally ruins your mindset. One of the reasons it ruins your mindset is because when you're running on emotion and drama, every deal becomes so emotional, so dramatic that you don't work on anything else. So now it affects your mindset because now you have no other production. You're not doing any of the activities that you're supposed to do. And now you're thinking, gosh, I'm not even doing the stuff I'm supposed to do every day. It's funny how this all just kind of trickles into each other. I wrote down here the next point. Earl Nightingale said, we become like the people we associate with. We become like the people we associate with. So the question is, are the people around you contributing to your success that you are having or taking away from your power to succeed? Are the people around you contributing to your success that you're having, or are they taking away from your power to succeed? We talk about surrounding yourself with the right people all the time, so I'm not going to dive too much into this point, but it's always worth asking yourself, who are you surrounding yourself with? We do our best to make sure you surround yourself with great people here, but we're only here a certain amount of hours a day. And we're only here certain days. So outside of here is the bulk of your day, the bulk of your time. I mean, let's say you were here, there's 168 hours in a week. Let's just say you were here for 40. There's still 128 hours after this, even if you were on Zoom or within this, somehow connected to the company for 40 hours a week. So you have to really be careful. The people around you, are they contributing to your success or taking it away? I wrote down here, this is a biggie. This is a biggie. To develop a stronger mindset, spend less time comparing yourself to others and what they are doing and more time improving yourself and working to attain what is in your business plan. Spend less time comparing yourself to others and what they are doing and more time improving yourself and working to attain what is in your business plan. You cannot become them and they cannot become you. Well, this person's doing this and this person's doing that and this person's doing this. You have a business plan, you have a goal. All you should be focused on is your business plan and your goal, and are you accomplishing that business plan and that goal? Because your goal might not be the same as the person you're comparing yourself to. Your life might not be the same as comparing yourself to. Well, gosh, they make so much more money. Well, yeah, but maybe they have like 20 kids. They got to make a lot of money. Octomom. I don't know. Remember that lady that was in the news like years ago? She had 8 kids at once. Oh, man. That lady's going to be more motivated to make some money. Okay. You don't have that problem. So it might not be the same goals. You might be perfectly fine. You might have family, your whole life might be in, I'm not saying this in a bad way, might be, somewhere like Moreno Valley where you're like, hey, I have a beautiful home and it cost me $450,000. Some of you might be in Beverly Hills and it's like, well, I got to make more money because I can't have there's no $450,000 homes. It's tree homes maybe in Beverly Hills. So you can't always compare yourself to others. You have a business plan, you have a goal, compare yourself to that goal. You have to spend less time comparing yourself to you. Because let me tell you something. Not everybody with money is happy. Now, most people are. And my suggestion is, try it. Okay, make the money and try it. But you might be, I don't mean to get morbid here, okay? But, Anthony Bourdain, for those of you who remember him, that seems like a pretty good life. Guy was making a fortune and he had a TV show traveling around the world, eating a bunch of different food and hanging out with different cultures. All right, yeah, sign me up. Well, apparently, if you know his story, that didn't go so well. But yet you would think, gosh, I wish I had his life. You have to be careful about comparing yourself to others. All right. I wrote down here a couple more points. I know we're right up against 1 o'clock. We're almost done. Neil Schwartz talks about attitude, approach, and expectations. Attitude, approach, and expectations. We have to understand the power of these words and their effect on our productivity and our mindset. We have to understand the power of these words and their effect on our productivity and our mindset. Your attitude, your approach, and your expectations. What is your attitude every day? How do you approach every day? What is your expectation of the day? Your expectation of yourself, of the people around you? The power of these words and the effect on our productivity and our mindset. All right, and then the last 3 points here, we're going to be just a couple minutes over 1 o'clock, but last 3 points, I'll go quick. Discipline is a critical factor in maintaining a strong mindset. Discipline is a critical factor in maintaining a strong mindset. Now, here's the thing. Discipline starts with conquering little things before you take on big things. That's a key part. Discipline starts with conquering little things before you take on big things. So I wrote down here, are there two or three small habits that you need to develop discipline in over the next 60 days? 2 to 3 small habits. Wake up at a certain time. Start at a certain time. Role play every day. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever.
Sleeping early and getting more sleep.
There you
Be
go.
positive for the next day.
Perfect. There you go. There you go. 2 to 3 small habits, not big habits. Well, Robert, I got to give you an example of a small compared to big. You know what? I got to hit this. I got to start making 30 contacts a day, 5 days a week. How many do you make now? 5. Okay. You're not going to jump to 5 to 30. You're just never going to do it. It's not my first day. So it's small habits. All right. 10. I'm going to get 10 contacts a day, every day, 5 days a week. I'm going to get 15. Small ones, not the big ones. Otherwise, it just gets too overwhelming, right? It's like the Dave Ramsey, who's the financial guru. He talks about paying stuff off, right? Pay the little ones. Pay the credit card that's $100. Don't worry about the one that's 50,000, because the 50,000 is just too overwhelming. Pay the $100 one off. Then work on paying the $1,000 one off. Pay the $2,000 one off. Just pay the little ones off. And then what happens, it's like a snowball, right? Snowball starts like this, starts rolling down the hill, gets bigger, 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 bigger. Then you have this giant snowball. Then you have a giant snowball fight, and then your sister gets mad. I'm going into a personal story, so I'm going down a bad path here. But you get the point. 2 to 3 small habits that you can work on discipline. All right, then the last 2 things here. Don't focus on what you don't like about the business or what you can't do. Don't focus on what you don't like about the business or what you can't do. Your focus on these issues will surely bring you more of the same results. Don't focus on what you don't like about the business or what you can't do. Your focus on these issues will surely bring you more of the same results. Let's be honest. There's a lot of stuff not to like about this business. Prospecting sucks. Let's get that out of the way right now. Rejection sucks. Writing offers that don't get accepted in today's market sucks. Okay. A lot of stuff that sucks about this business. There's a lot of things that are great. Don't focus on that. Focus about the good things. Focus about what you can do. Okay. And then the last point here, since affirmations are a big part of mindset, we have to remember that affirmations work in both positive and negative manners. We have to remember that affirmations work in both positive and negative manners. If you tell yourself you can't on a repetitive basis, that becomes your result. Just like if you tell yourself you can, that becomes your result. I wrote down here, I can't do this is an affirmation. Not all affirmations are positive. Affirmations can be positive or negative. If you tell yourself, gosh, I can't do this. Gosh, I can't do this. Gosh, I'm struggling. Blah, blah, blah. That's an affirmation that you're telling yourself. Just as the same as I can do this. I'm a great salesperson, so on and so forth. All right, so look, we're a little bit over, but we got through finally got through this page of maintaining thoughts, or thoughts on developing and maintaining a strong mindset. So look, hopefully there was 1 or 2 good points in there that you like. Okay, thanks for sticking around, because I know I said a couple things that probably annoyed some of you, right? And for those of you that signed off, they were the ones that were annoyed. What are you gonna do? But hopefully there was 1 or 2 things in there that you found helpful. But look, it's all about maintaining that mindset. That's the key. That's the key to this whole thing. If you don't have that, it's just not gonna work. All right, everybody, good job. Thanks for being here. We've had a powerful morning, and we have